Kevin here from DIYDork.com. Today I want to show you a real quick trick that will save you a bunch of time when you're trying to polish up some old tarnished brass. So check this out, it's really cool. Alright, so if you've seen any of my other DIY videos, you know I like to redo mid-century furniture. I've always liked the look and it sells really well right now. Well, one of the big things with mid-century furniture is that a lot of times the hardware is brass. And again, right now brass is super hot. So I've been messing with a lot of brass hardware and a lot of furniture redoing it, and I figured out a lot of tricks to redo the furniture to make it sell well, but the brass polishing has always been a huge pain in the neck. And that's till I found this little trick that works really, really well. Let me just show you real quick what really badly tarnished brass will look like. It's turning kind of black, and there's even a little bit of green showing up here. And I'm sure this is just from decades of oils off of someone's hand, just touching this over time. And this handle here actually has like a really thin coating of this like rubbery black paint, and it's very I don't even know. I'm not even sure the right word, but it just is, kind of dark and dreary and not quite the look I'm going for. I want to really brighten up this hardware, and this will actually come off, and I'll show you. The other thing is that the tips of the feet, a lot of times on mid-century furniture, is brass, and it doesn't quite get the hand oils, so it doesn't get quite as nasty as that, but they still get pretty funky looking. You can see here, looks like this one's made in Japan, but it used to be nice and shiny, and now it's all gross looking. So let me show you what I used to do, and then let me show you what I do now to really save time. Alright, so I popped my towel out because this will get a little messy, but let me show you what I used to do for years. Alright, I just get out soft cloth or paper towel or whatever, and my handy dandy Brasso metal polish. You squirt some on there, and then I dedicate the next hour polishing hardware. Now this is just for a couple of handles on a dresser or a desk, and you sit there and just do this while watching your favorite 2 half-hour shows, and it's not very fun. I mean, it does work. You can see it's starting to shine up already, but to really get into the deep crevices and all that black gunk, it takes a while. Plus this paint takes a long time to do. Alright, now on the feet here, I'll show you how well it goes. Get some on there, start polishing, twisting it around. It's kind of cleaning up, but for whatever reason, these feet are going to take even longer. And you can see it's sort of cleaning up. The stuff is coming off, but you're going to do this for a long, long time. So let me show you my speed trick here. Alright, so here's my speed trick. Real quick, this is the end that I was starting to polish earlier, so I will use this end that I haven't touched yet. And also I grabbed another one of these that has a lot of green gunk, and I'll show you how fast this really is. Alright, now I used to just use Brasso like I showed you, but what I found over time is that if I could like sand it somehow, it would work great. Now sandpaper, it works okay, but it's kind of like polishing, and it still takes a lot of effort. You have to really use your fingers in all the nooks and crannies and all that. It works okay, and you have to find the right grit, but what works awesome are these fine grit sanding blocks. They're really foamy and rubbery, and you can put a lot of pressure and it will really just conform to all the nooks and crannies and get it working. Like I said, it's a fine grit. You don't want too rough or it'll really scratch this up and it'll take a lot of polishing. So what this does is it tears through all that old gunk built up. It'll tear through the paint, get it down to a shiny finish, kind of a machined look. Then you can use the Brasso to polish it up. So let me show you just how quick this really is. Alright, we already got it shined up, and it's been what, 5 seconds or something like that? Alright, all that main gunk is already gone, all the black stuff. And then check out this paint. Oops. Alright, it is just tearing through that like crazy. I keep hitting the camera here, sorry about that. Alright, this thing is just about ready to start polishing already. So let me work on the leg here with all the green gunk on it. See, it's already starting to tear through it. You probably still want to go in the same direction like I'm doing here. So, you know, I guess you could do little circles, but you don't want to, like, you know, be going up and down this way and then over here going sideways, because it will leave really small scratches. So you want to make sure it's kind of going the same direction everywhere. But once we tear through all of that green gunk, we can start polishing this. So let me just get it looking good enough to polish one side here. Alright, now we're ready for the brasso. Alright, put some on there, and we'll get this thing polished up. This thing is already shining like crazy. Looking pretty good. Check that out, it's looking nice already. See if I can get it to focus. Got a few little black dots there. It's because I'm kind of rushing this video a little bit. If I spent a little more time on there, those would go away. But you can just see how much faster this is working when you can sand that gunk off. Then use the brasso to really polish it. That's looking pretty nice, way different than it was before. Alright, now I'll work on this. Do the same thing, kind of rotate it in the direction I was working earlier. And if you remember, this had green gunk built on it, so it wasn't even just black, it had green on there in the shiny spot. And look how nice that's looking already. Got kind of a, like I said, a machined look to it. But the more time you spend polishing it, the shinier it'll get. I'm just doing this quick for the video. But especially for a piece of furniture you're going to sell, this saves so much time. Works awesome. Look at that. We got our old finish there, and then it's already looking really nice here. Spend a little more time on that, and that thing will be ready to go. So there you go. Spend a little time like that, and you can get a really nice looking piece like this. Just polish it up with a little bit of brasso, and this thing will be shining like a brand new piece. Very, very simple trick.